Who wants an under $4 gift idea? Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. Stay tuned. Most of you are of my generation, and never before in the history of time have we been afforded the luxury of having the opportunity to be as particular about how we spend our time online. So, welcome to my channel, friends. Thank you so much for being here today. I truly appreciate it. The one thing I know for sure is that you have viewing options, and I want to thank you for choosing to be here today and spending a part of your day with me. Y'all, today I'm going to show you how to take 3 pieces of paper and make those 3 pieces the foundation for an under $4 gift. So we're going to go ahead and fill these boxes as well, but first we're going to make the boxes. So when we are finished, you are going to have a complete gift giving idea. So let's flip to the overhead camera because y'all know what time it is. It's time to make it. So here's what we're going to be making today. We're going to make this beautiful tower trio, but we're not just going to make the trio. I'm going to give you a gift idea for the inside of each box. So I want to hold this up so that you can see just how gorgeous this is. The paper that I'm using is a part of my new plaid and poinsettia paper collection. Now, the one thing I want to make clear is you don't need these papers to make something equally as beautiful. Most of you probably already have 12 by 12 papers in your collection. So don't think that you have to have the papers that I use to turn out a beautiful project. You already have beautiful papers, but if you are interested in having these papers, they are available for digital download on my website. They're currently available, and once again, I'm running a 48-hour special buy, so if you're interested, head on out to my website so that you can take advantage of getting these digital downloads. All right, so I am going to give you a very quick look at the collections, and there are 3 collections. When you purchase any one of the collections, you'll be getting the file in 11 by 8.5, 12 by 12. There are 3 separate collections, but again, I have that best value 48-hour promotion that I'm running. So if you want all of the papers that I show you here, that's the option you need to pick. So in the plaids, we have champagne, blue, this black, white, and red, green, red, and pink. Then in the poinsettia on plaid collection, we have champagne poinsettias on the champagne plaid. We have blue poinsettias on the blue plaid. We have grayish poinsettias on the black, white, and red plaid. Green poinsettias on the green plaid. Red poinsettias on the red plaid. And pink poinsettias on the pink plaid. Then we have the poinsettia collection, and we have the champagne poinsettia, the blue, the grayish, the green, the red, and the pink. These are available on my website right now. So for today's trio, I have decided to go with these 3. So we're going with the red plaid, the red poinsettia, and the red poinsettia on plaid. Now, when you get the digitals, you can do these in any combination that you like. This just happens to be the combination that I want to work with. We're going to start out with the 12 by 12. Then we're going to take one of our pieces and we're going to cut it down to 11 by 11. So I'm removing those white edges from mine. (11 by 11). And then 10 by 10. So you're going to have one piece that is 10 by 10, one piece that is 11 by 11, and one piece that is 12 by 12. All right, so you'll have a 10 by 10, 11 by 11, and 12 by 12. We will score all of these at 2 on all 4 sides. So let's just go ahead and score them all at 2 on all 4 sides. So now that we have them all scored at 2 on all 4 sides, and on the 10 by 10, let's score at 4 and at 6. So all we're doing is putting it back in, and we score at 4 and at 6. We scored the whole thing at 2 on all 4 sides, so it doesn't matter in which direction you put it back in. Then we're going to take the 11 by 11, and again, it doesn't matter which direction you score because we scored at 4 on all 4 sides. So this time when we put it back in at 11, we're going to score at 4.5 and at 6.5. We'll take the 12 by 12 and we'll score it at 5 and at 7 because we've already scored at 2 on all 4 sides. So now we can just fold and burnish all of our scores on all 3 pieces. All right, so now that we have folded and burnished the score marks on all 3 pieces, we're going to make our cuts. And we're going to cut straight down here and angle in this direction on the 3 pieces. So make sure that your score marks are running this way. On this side, we're going to cut through the middle of the score mark and then we angle. We're going to do the same thing on this piece. Cut straight down the middle of the score mark and then you angle. Let's go ahead and do it over here. Cut straight down the score mark and then angle. Cut straight down the score mark and then angle. Now I'm going to bring in the other sheet because what I found when I am doing something where the process is the same, I do all of the same steps at the same time so that I don't mess up or miss one. So my lines are running this way. I'm going to cut down the middle of the score mark and angle. Cut down the middle of the score mark and angle. Flip it over and do that here. Let's do that here. For me, this is also a faster way of mass producing because instead of stopping, gluing, and taping each one, I get all of the processes that I need to have done and out of the way, so then I can just very quickly do my taping and my gluing, and the process for me seems to go a lot faster. So I'm doing the same thing here. And I'll angle here, cut straight down the center of the score mark and angle. So all of my cuts on my ends are done. Now I'm going to turn it this way, and here is the middle tab that we need to free. So I'll go up, cut straight down the middle of the score mark, free the tab, then I'll angle, and I'll just go ahead and reduce this. So now you can probably see why doing it in the way that I did it, where we do the same step over and over, helps us, because this one is cut in a different direction and I don't have to think about, okay, which way do I cut every time, because I use the same process on each piece, and I did each piece before I moved to this part of the process. So I'm going to go up to the score mark, cut down, angle, and reduce. And now when I bring in this piece, I know that I've done this, so I just need to turn it this way. So I'm going to go ahead and do these other 2 off camera, and y'all, I'll be right back. All right, y'all, so all of our cuts are made and our boxes are ready to be assembled. We're going to put them together the same way. So we just add glue here. I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the end there. And I'll just go ahead and add some glue here and a little bit here. So now I can stand this up, smush it around in that glue, get those corners nice, tight, and crisp. And do the same thing over here. Now I'll bring in my bone folder and just get everything nice and stuck. Then we do the same thing on this end. Add my glue. Add some glue along this edge here so that my edges are nice and stuck. And then I'll add some glue here. And now we can take these, smush it around, getting those corners nice, tight, and crisp. Do the same thing over here, smush it around. Get those good corners. Go in and stick it. So now at this point, you're deciding which part of the box you want to be the top. So this is my top. I'm going to take my glue and put it on this piece. I'm not going to glue it to the top. I'm just going to bring it forward and glue it like that. So I will make sure that my ends are even. I'll go in, get it nice and stuck. We'll do the same thing over here. Let's bend that back just a little bit. I'll put my glue on this piece. And now I can just take this and get that corner stuck. Place it down. Get it stuck. And then we can fold it over, and there is our beautiful top box. I'm going to bring in the 11 by 11 and do the same thing with it. So all of these boxes are being put together in the same way. So I'm just adding glue here, and then I'll add some glue right here, and we join it together like this. And we're going to get it nice and tight. And then we go in and we get it stuck. Do the same thing here. Let's add this glue. And then I'll add some glue on these. Smush it around in the glue. Get it stuck. Smush that around. Get it stuck. And then again, you just decide which side do you want to be the top of your box. And I want this to be the top, so I'm going to put my glue right here and glue over here. And since this is the top, I simply bring these pieces up and glue them to this. So let's do that. Adding, smushing around that glue, making sure the edges are nice and tight. We go in and we get it stuck. And now we can close it, and we have box number 2. All right, y'all, so now we have our 3 boxes. I did this one off camera because it's done in the same process as these two. So when finished, your larger box is 2 by 3 by 8. The medium-sized box is 2.5 by 2.5 by 7, and this one is 2 by 2 by 6. And when we stack them, they look like this. So here's my gift idea. Like I said, it's not going to be an expensive gift idea. So I'm just going to take a pair of my fuzzy socks and just roll them and then fold them so that they'll fit. And then I'll fold up and fold up. And then I'll fold over. And then I'll fold over. Just creating a little package. And then we can take it and we can put our roll in the box like that. And now I'll close my lid over the top of my box. So there's box number 1. And then I have a little pack of cookies or biscuits, as my UK buddies call them. And I'm just going to wrap these. So this is really just going to be a little comfort pack that you can give to someone as a gift. So we'll put these in like that. And then we'll close. And now this one. So now I'm going to take a piece of my tissue paper. Let's go ahead and line that box. I'm going to take a couple of packets of my coffee and a few pieces of chocolate. Put that in like that. And then I'll just fold over like this. And there we have our third box. Now I'm just going to stack these and make them look however I want them to look. And I think I like this look. So now I'm going to bring in some green ribbon. And I'm going to use green just to play off of the green and the greenery that we have here. And I am going to tie a nice bow, or try to put on top of my little stacked trio here. Let's pull it tight. And my sister, Miss T from Miss T's Crafty Corner, she did an excellent video on rosettes, and you can also top this with a beautiful rosette. I'm going to have her rosette video linked in the description box below because it might help some of you who want to learn how to make rosettes to use on a project such as this. So I am just trimming my ends. Ordinarily, I'd go back and burn my ends with my lighter to stop them from fraying, but I need to get a new lighter, so I'm not able to do that. But look at how absolutely gorgeous this is. This is a complete set. So now on this one, all I need to do is add a tag, and it is ready to be given. On this one, I simply need to fill it, and now I have 2 beautiful gift sets to be able to give to someone. Y'all, it's not a whole lot that we have in here. We have some gloves, some cookies or biscuits, and some coffee and chocolate. You can put whatever you want in here. This is just an idea of how you might want to fill this little trio to gift it to someone. You can fill it with all types of goodies, little packets of granola, little packets of pretzels, whatever that person might like. But for those of you who are looking for very inexpensive ways to give beautiful gifts at Christmas time, I think you can add this one to a playlist. And please remember, you have beautiful papers in your stash, so go ahead and pull some out and make your own trio combination. But I hope that you have enjoyed the video on how to do it. If you have, please hit the like button. If you're not a subscriber to my channel, all day, every day, this is what we do and this is how we do it, and I would love to have you subscribe. So hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so that you will know when I upload a new video. As always, my beautiful handcrafty friends, please be safe, be kind, and be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.